All right, I promised you a break and run. Here we go. This is the first one. Coming back at it, the almost daily break and run. You asked for 8-ball, so here we go. Here's an 8-ball break and run for you. By the way, you notice I'm using a wooden rack, not a magic rack. That is just a rule for me. I don't practice with magic racks because if you can break with a wooden rack, you can break with a magic rack. But if you can't break with a wooden rack or with a magic, or if you can break with a magic rack, it does not mean you can break with a wooden rack. Okay, bad luck. I got bumped on the way out. The 7-ball fell in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm looking at this. I immediately see problems everywhere. The only shot I have on stripes is the 14. The 9-ball is a problem. I'm not going to be able to run the stripes as consistently as I would like, so I'm going to go with solids. Has nothing to do with making that ball. It has everything to do with the solids are all makeable, with the exception of the 4, but the 4-3 combination is reasonable. Um, Now I'm not going to want to play that combination, but it's there, so solids are easily the best choice here. I have problem balls in the 6-ball with the 5 in the way. The 3-ball is blocking the 4, so I'm going to want to get rid of those. Now, I used top left because I wanted to come out to the center of the table. I thought I could get through that gap. I did not. Have to change my plan a little. I meant to get the 3 next. Instead, I'm going to play the 2 to play shape on the 5 because I need to get that out of the way. That's one of my problem balls. And I had meant to play the 3 because then I could play the 4, use the 5 to get on the 6. But the 6 doesn't go in the other side. So instead I go around. I'm trying to get through the gap between the 14 and the 8. Unlucky. I got just a little bit too close to the 8 and I nudged it. I ended up okay, but I meant to have a shot on the 3 from the other side where I could just roll up for the 4. Instead, I'm going to stun for it. I need to stay below center line on it. I want to go across, bounce off the rail, and shoot the 6 in the side. It's just a roll shot, no English. I don't want to run into that 14. Okay, I've got my 6-ball. I've got a little bit of an angle. I'm going to draw into the 10 to make sure I don't roll behind the 10. And the 10 is going to stop the cue ball for the 8 in the side. And now we've got the 8 in the side. I'm going to hit this just below center so that I don't run into the 13 and scratch in the bottom left corner. And there you go. The almost daily break and run. There's your break and run. So as I said when I was talking about these, I always like to show you how the run ends. And this run ends because of 2 very bad mistakes on my part. I want to share those with you so you don't make the same mistakes. Actually, I make 3 mistakes here, and I'm going to show you all 3 of them. So, decent break, the 1 goes in the side. I'm looking at this, and I don't have a shot on that 5. There's just enough to, it's bad enough that I don't want to shoot that. I could get myself in really bad trouble. So I'm going to play a straight pool shot here, which is to shoot the 10 in the corner and nudge the 11 for a shot in the other corner. Now, mistake number 1 is right here. I'm shooting this 10, nudging the 11, and I have no insurance ball. Anytime you're going to move balls around like this and take a little bit of a risk, you want to have a ball that's sitting out there that you can play that's an easy shot, maybe hanging in a corner somewhere or something like that. Mistake number 2. See my elbow on the cue hand? How it's down by the table? That should be at a parallel to the floor. The reason I overhit that shot is because I dropped my elbow like that. It caused me to hit it with more force than I normally would, which put me in this weird position. Now, mistake number 3. I'm stretching. So you can see I don't have an insurance ball. So now I'm stretching, and I just miss. Mistake number 3 was I should have got the bridge. Now, here's a 9-ball rack. This is just an out. I missed the 2-ball. But I wanted to show this to you because it's got a couple of kind of neat features. One is it's going back and forth up and down the table. And the second one is that 7-ball's a problem. So I had to play that 4 to come down and get between, or get an angle to make the breakout. But I still have to go all the way up the table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to brush the 8. I'm going to force follow into the 8, brush it to go get my leave on the 6. I hit the 8 a little bit thicker than I wanted to, so I ended up with this really bad shot. Now I could use inside English to try to get on the 7, but that's a bad shot. So instead I play around the table. The 7's got a huge leave zone there, and it doesn't matter if I'm a little far from it. Better that than what else could have happened. Here, if I roll forward, I'm going to run into the 9, so I use inside English to hold the cue ball up. I hit it a little harder. You saw the 8 jar a little in the pocket. And now I'm good. Now I'm just going to stun off the rail with low and about a half a tip of left-hand English and straight in on the 9. There you go. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ding the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.